Hello, everybody. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. I know good. First of all, let me start off with good morning to everybody and Happy New Year. Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Well, New Year, everybody. I want to ask you, like, you know what I'm saying, like on my chest lately. I wanted to share y'all something about. I'll be like little study history and stuff like that. Uh, And usually I just like to study stuff and all the time and like I like to do things and on my computer and stuff since I got like a new tablet. It's called a 201 N slash hold on. Not slash it's called a it's pretty much a laptop and a tablet at once. Like you pretty much could take it off the keyboard and stuff. Like I had that for Christmas pretty much. I got a haircut. That's why. That's what happened. I got a haircut. You could tell where I got a haircut. I got a haircut on Saturday. Got a haircut Saturday night. That's what happened. Look down again. What you mean look down? Oh. Yeah, I got like a little bump in my head. Please forgive me from that bump and get that clear out soon. So like yeah. They put the debris in my head, that's why. They put all that debris in my head, so that's why. It's the debris they used. Can you see now? Hold on, I'm trying to pull up this information and stuff. Like I'm trying to pull up the information about about what I'll be seeing lately and stuff. So like those of y'all just catching my YouTube live. Good morning everybody and whatever the state and the city of y'all. I hope y'all have a great new year this year. We'll be coming in to a close of 2018 and start up a new journey of 2019. Some people had a good year this year, some people don't. So like I actually pray for people that I pray for people lately that's have that had a bad year or a good year. I still pray for them that have a great year and do something for the Lord Jesus Christ and get into the things that stand up for God. I'm trying to pull this up. It's not even pull up. Okay, let's pull it up. I just might have to download some stuff. Since it's a new thing, most things like you try to use as a laptop, you might have to download it. But it should not take long though. It's like a 39.1 uh um you just pretty much just like gigs and stuff. So sometimes like we have like that lower number, so it might take like a few seconds to download, or like a minute or two. But what you been on, Dave? How you doing, Dave? Long time no see. How you been? How you been, Dave?
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Good.
Waiting on my doctor.
Waiting on your doctor.
Waiting on my physical therapist.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. They gonna have me canceled in the house till I get up to 100. Goddamn, I can't go no goddamn way.
Mm. So they coming in today or
It'll be in 9 o'clock.
around now?
Then somebody be here tomorrow and the next day and the next day and all that shit. Until they get me where I can walk and breathe on my own.
Mm.
Can't, my breathing is
Right.
like from here to there. When I get back in there, I gotta sit down, man. I can walk like outside to a car. Then I got to get in the car. I can't go no too damn much further. Maybe I can walk across the street,
Mm-hmm.
but then I gotta lean up against that tree.
Oh, to like catch your breath.
Yeah, to the bus. That ain't no way.
Right.
So they gave me therapy and shit for that.
You might have to be on some. You might have to be on a walker probably.
I got a walker.
Oh, okay.
Already, I ain't gonna have to be on the walk. I'll be on a cane.
Um.
They trying to figure where I can get off this oxygen, too.
Mm. Yeah, so this is my apartment. So like, yeah, so pretty much, yeah, so like pretty much, I let people spend the night and stuff. So like, yeah, I let people spend the night sometimes. So, like the people I'm close to, I let people spend the night. Come chill with me, whatever. So like, yeah, I let people spend the night or whatever. So like, if I know you very well, you come spend the night in my apartment soon, like whoever you are and stuff. So let's talk about our history and stuff. Like like as us African Americans, like we all went to elementary school and all us went to college and went to high school and stuff like that. We also had a little so-called history class. They always in those history classes they always talking about they always talk about America and stuff. Like, yes, we all know about America 'cause we all know the amendments and the First Amendment, the 13th Amendment, and so on and stuff like that. Yes, we could. Yes, as U.S. citizens, we're supposed to know about the history of America, but never forget never forget us black individuals where we actually come from and when our ancestors went through and what our ancestors went through for us black people to succeed in life. Never forget that. Never forget that where we came from as slaves as our ancestors came on slaves at a boat to work for free labor as slaves in head America. Never forget that. Never forget where we came from. So that's the reason why some of us need to start off in the new year to know what our heritage is and where our ancestors actually come from and went through hell to like so for all of us to see. So I want to like share a little history called the Devil's Punch Bowl. I know some of y'all may know what the Devil's Punch Bowl is, but I want to explain to y'all what devil's the Devil's Punch Bowl what this really is. I know it might seem scary for some of y'all. It's not really like a religious thing or a devil religious thing, what you call it. But a devil's punch bowl is really a camp. It's a camp. It's actually a camp for for slaves at that time after the Civil War was over at that time. So that's actually the devil's punch. That's what the devil's punch bowl is. Devil's punch bowl. What it's really about. I'm gonna try to read much as I try to read of it as much as I can. If y'all can actually Google what the devil's punch bowl because it's actually a real true story of the history of the devil's punch bowl. So like I want to like get started. So I want to like get started. If y'all just came into my so y'all just came in my broadcast on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. If you new to my YouTube channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want y'all to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I do many videos as much as I can for the most point. So the Devil's Punch Bowl. It's a U.S. contractor camp where thousands died has been erased from history. So I want to read the whole thing to y'all. So I'm gonna like post up a link and want y'all to do y'all own history and search about it, do y'all research and so on. So like let's get started. It says historic. It said historic. It said a story constant about the faith of African Americans in the immediate aftermath of the Civil War are working to piece together the story of the Devil's Punch Bowl and the story contractor camp in Mississippi, which might be the most disparaging incident in all of African American history. American's historic concert camp, the Devil's Punch Bowl. Following, yeah, it says following the end of the Civil War, there was there was mass of former slaves to the south. To the southern plantation. These men, it's a plantation, so to speak. So like these slaves. So let me read this again. So it said, following the end of the Civil War, there was mass endurance of former slaves from the southern plantation. These men, women, and children migrate north in the hopes of building new lives of themselves. So pretty much after the Civil War was over, Abraham Lincoln decided to free all the slaves. So after the slaves was free, they decided to like, you know what I'm saying? They decided to be free. So like after the slaves was gone, they had nowhere to go. So for the most part, some of the slaves had nowhere to go because they been like slaves for the whole time. There was housing and stuff like. So the slave owners actually housing the slaves to work for labor for them for free. So after the slaves was over, they had nowhere to go. So they try to find new opportunities for them to like have their own place to stay, have their children to go to school and so on. It said the moderation of form. It said let's continue. So the moderation of former slaves was delayed unbelievable to the former U.S. soldiers who were bitterly disappointed about the outcome of the Boer War and decided to take their revenge. The most brutal example was in Mississippi. Mississippi aspired in the murder and flush in its population following the conclusion of the war. Which I said with the vat in response of the local in response of the local people build and inspired at Devil's Punch Bowl and round up all the black people and forced them to enter. So they pretty much like so once again after all the slavery was over at that time, and after the Civil War was over, after the slaves was gone, they all the black I mean all the slaves would had try to have a good idea, try to do where they go. So like so what they do is like what they do is like they took all the former slaves and make them a slaves again to stay in some kind of camp and work in some kind of plantation with no benefits at that time, no no money, nothing like that. That wasn't like working for like jobs as we working as now, like getting paid and stuff. They actually working for have a place to stay at the time to like work them as slaves. So they was continuing the slaves. So this pretty much the slaves. They just pretty much re-slaved, so to speak. So the local people so let me read it again. So local people build an encampment. They build an encampment at Devil's Punch Bowl and round up all the black people and force them to enter. Once they were there, they 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 roll off the area and refused to let them out. It refused to let them out. Inside the Devil's Punch Bowl. Inside the Devil's Punch Bowl, the former slave endure even most hardish conditions they had experienced on the brutal certain plantations. Thousands of men, women, and children punished because the extortion and starvation. They died because the starvation has. They died of heat exhaustion and starvation. So they did not. So pretty much they did not feed the slaves. They actually just like work. They tell all until they died at that time. The people were, and let's move on. So the people were also stuck in serious in manners of diseases. Dawn, as to say, the thousands of the people there died of smallpox. Dispute, dispute interest, suffering of the people inside the encampment. The former soldiers had no compassion and simply gave the men shovels to bury the dead that would have fallen. The it says the I ain't got no glasses. I need to get glasses. It says it said the condition became so intensely bad that the former slaves inside were pledged they were white. They with their white guards to let them return to the plantation. And very difficult and very difficult to if it is very difficult to explain what happened at Dumbest Punch Bowl. Much of the evidence about the excursion gathered to the orientation to the oil reports of the local people in which a meaning and the conclusion has been census. Some people had claimed that only 1,000 people died at the encampment. Others have said that the prisoners preferred life to their extortion there to the plantations. As there was manhood record keeping, it was very difficult to definitely dispute this conversations. So pretty much the Devil's Punch Bowl is a camp. And what they did in that camp was like they actually rebuilt, so they pretty much repeated history as becoming the slaves again at that time. So once they did was writing up all the slaves where they because they know they had nowhere to go. Number one, and number two, the slaves thought it was a good idea to water plantation so they have a place to stay, food in their stomach, and had to make sure their children be all right at that time. So what they did was they fought into a lie to say to the current to the to the other people, which is the slave owners at that time, like it was still slave owners at that time after the Civil War was over. So what they did was like they rounded them up, made them slaves, and imprisoned them in a camp in Mississippi at that time. And what they did was they built a plantation for them to work in for free. And then they make them, and then after that something went wrong to the point like they beat them to death on that plantation. And then if they die in that plantation, they did not care. They gave another black individual a shovel to dig them funeral and stuff, and let them get back to work, pretending nothing happened. So it was still slavery going on at that time after the Civil War was over, and people think like, oh, and so I'm saying this, it's like, and some people saying it's like, oh, slavery is now over with. I mean, slavery is over. Slavery is over. No, black people is still in slavery today. Black people are still in slavery today. I'm not talking about people that's going to jail, and then once they call out of jail, I'm not saying that once people in jail, they become a slave. That's actually true because once you're in jail, you actually a slave now. Like a slave, I'm not talking about slavery as then the people doing to that time in need at that time that was slaves. I'm talking about slaving as you cannot vote, you cannot get a passport. If you decide if you want to take a vacation or leave the country, you can't purchase a firearm. You can't do nothing. And once you in jail, you know what the jail is for us black people. So we try to be enslaved to this day. They think like that's the reason why you think America making money off of try to make money off of black people, because they creating more jail systems. They're creating more jail systems for us. Like hey, he's black. Let's take him to jail. No matter what situation is, it could be like the little smallest thing you did. Like for example, let's just say you get caught with marijuana. Let's just say you get caught with marijuana, right? Just something small. It's not a big crime. You ain't kill nobody, you ain't rob nobody, but something small like marijuana. And once you go to court, and when your court day comes, the judge want to put a book on you. They want to give you 30 years. And then once you serve those 30 years in jail, whatever, you still gonna be a slave. I'm not saying I'm not saying that everybody's a slave, but I'm not saying that, which is true, but I'm saying like people are still enslaved to this day. They're still in that mindset of slavery. They're still in that mindset of slavery. They have that slavery mentality in their head. So as I'm saying is like learn your history. You need all us as black individuals need to learn your history. Yes, it's true that yes, I understand we all in American. We need to like learn the learn America and the stuff. 4th of July. I get that. I don't celebrate the fourth. I don't celebrate 4th of July. I don't celebrate Columbus Day. I don't do none of those holidays and stuff like that, because that's not my holiday as a black man. But if you want to celebrate those holidays, go right here. I'm not gonna beat you down or anything. If you want to do that, so be it. Go ahead and do it. So I'm just saying is let's start off in the new year of 2019, knowing our history. because they since they're not teaching us this stuff at school, since they're not teaching us and stuff so they're not teaching us stuff this at school. Just do your research on all. We have Google, we have computers now, we have technology to like you can actually ask Google what's this about and this and that and stuff. Hold on, somebody try to write me on my laptop. Somebody try to comment on something. Yes, Sandra. We are the students of slavery to this day. To this day. And I believe, and yes, James, people, I believe that people are still getting lynched to this day. The lynch, I mean, that's what I'm saying. People are getting lynched to this day. Hold on, you can't hear me, huh? Hold on, let me turn up the volume right quick. So I'm saying, y'all, so I'm saying is like learn y'all history. Don't let nobody tell you that Africa is nasty and stuff like that. No, it's not. Do your research about Africa. Do your research in Nigeria. Don't listen to these people talking about don't go in their countries. They got Ebola. They got Ebola. They got all smallpox, all types of stuff like that. No, you're just saying us so us black African Americans, us black people don't want to go there. I always want to go there. This year, I already got my pass. First of all, I already got my passport already. I already have my passport. This year, I'm trying to like work many hours as much as I can on my job to like save a little couple dollars so I could like take a trip all the way to Kenya. That's my goal. That's my goal in 2019 to go to Kenya, East Africa. That's all. That's all I want to do. That's my goal this year is to go to Kenya, East Africa, because those African people, that's not nasty. They keep themselves clean. They got clean water, they got clean food, they got clean everything. They make this food from scratch. They grow their food over there. So like over here in America, they pretty much copy and clone. They copy and clone food. But they got the real food over there in Africa. They not nasty. And yes, and you can hear me now. Yes, I was about to ask you a question, James. I believe that people still get lynched to this day. Now here's the thing. I do believe that people get lynched to this day. Let me tell you why. Because I hear story on the news like multiple times that you hear a person's actually getting lynched from a tree or lynched from off the top of the roof, whatever. And I always had to end up on the news mirror that something people always said that it was a suicide. I believe they covering it up. The reason why they covering it up that a black individual that's being lynched and said it was a suicide because they don't want us African Americans as us black people don't want to get up and protest what is right and what's wrong. That's the reason why they want to cover it up. I believe that too. I believe that people still get lynched to this day. I hear stories multiple times that a woman got lynched, a man got lynched, somebody's child, somebody's daughter, somebody's grandson, somebody's auntie, relative, husband, wife, whatever. They're still getting a lynch, and then they went to the police. While the reports say it was a suicide. Okay. So you telling me? So people telling me that black people. So you telling me that black people lynch themselves from trees all the time, huh? It was another incident. So it was another incident that that a woman. It was another incident that a woman was in jail, right? Cause she got caught. She was driving, right? She got caught with a violation because she was on probation. She was on probation for not having a seatbelt on. This her third time. This her third time. Got caught by the police. So she got caught by the police, and her bond was 500. And when she was in that jail cell, they found her hanging in a jail cell. And then the deputy said it was a suicide. So this woman, so you telling me this woman? So are you telling me this woman is actually hung herself, and she was sent on a $500 bond and hung herself in a jail cell? Come on now, really? So you let me believe. So you telling me that you want me to believe that a black person really hung themselves? Really? Come on now. Black people, we don't do that, okay? We do not do that. I know what Pookie and Ray Ray talking about. They always want to talk about how Pookie and Ray Ray act. They want to consider us as Pookie and Ray Ray. I know how Pookie and Ray Ray always do. They always talk about Pookie and Ray Ray all the time. I know how Pookie and Ray Ray are. And then they try to consider us as Pookie and Ray Ray. They want to blame Pookie and Ray Ray for everything. Pookie and Ray don't always start our trouble. I know my people. Black people do not hang themselves from freaking trees. They don't do that. I'm so tired, y'all. I got up like in the morning and stuff. So like, hold on, y'all. I try to see this person try to comment on now because I see like a little bubbles popping up. That means somebody try to comment. Those of y'all came to my YouTube broadcast right now. Actually, I'm going to live right now. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Good morning. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Why I believe that? Why? I mean, it says like lynching is really do exist. It is. It do exist. It actually do exist. It's not just Mississippi and about. It's not. It's not at the deep South states. It's not in those deep South states. It's everywhere. It's Chicago. It's everywhere in the United States. No matter what state. No matter what state that you in now, somebody probably get a lynch. You never know. And they always confirm to us as Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie and Ray Ray do everything, huh? And y'all not worrying about these people shooting up churches Black people do not go around shooting up churches and y'all and they worrying about Pookie and Ray Ray. We don't do that. See, sometimes I believe sometimes like the news, sometimes the news people always want to try to get something started. Like for example, like let's just say it was a white person, like it was like a white person shoot up a church. They ain't put this on the news. They ain't put this on CNN. They ain't put this on Fox News. They just kept quiet. They're just pulling on one small news channel that they're not familiar of in their home state. But they just kept quiet that that a white person shoot up a church, or a white person shooting up a school, or shooting up somebody's house. They don't put that on the news, but let there be a black person do something like that. It'll be all over worldwide. It'll be on Twitter. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on CNN, Fox News. It'll be all over the place. Let there be Marcus. Let there be Stefan. Let there be David. Let there be a black person. Let there be Shantavius. Let there be Dre. Let them be them. I guarantee you that be in I guarantee you in a heartbeat that'd be all over CNN. They'd be all over these worldwide news. But they want, but when it's a white person do something crazy like that, they keep quiet. They keep quiet. I guarantee you that. They keep quiet. They're like, oh, let's just keep quiet. But let that little black person over there do something like that. I guarantee you. We're gonna put this all over worldwide. Hold on, my computer shut down. Let me put in my code. Okay, I'm back on. I apologize, James. Because I was over here just like, going live right now, just trying to get people up on the view. But yeah, that's what I believe. Because it happens all the time. You got the evidence right in front of you. You have the evidence right in front of you. You got the evidence right there in front of you. So don't pretend like you don't know. You do know. They just want you to keep quiet. I'm not keeping quiet. Because I know my people. I know black people are. We're not capable of shooting up churches. We're not capable of shooting up concerts and shooting up little kids' birthday parties. But everybody try to prefer us as Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie and Ray Ray don't always get in trouble. And by the way, shout out to my number one YouTube fan. Her name is what's that woman name? Her name is Alicia Carter. She graduated with a master's degree in art. I want to congratulate her, and I want to congratulate her for her success and getting her master's degree just now. I want to congratulate her on that once again. So if you dare, Alicia Carter, I want to congratulate you for your master's degree again. Continue to do what's right. You don't have to answer for nobody. You are a proud, beautiful, black individual woman. Keep up the good work. Don't let nobody Don't let nobody take you down. Just never give up. Go hard, okay? That's all I like to tell my people, to go hard. Go hard. Continue to go hard. And check out our YouTube channel as well. Our YouTube channel called Carter's Life, I believe. Yeah, Carter's Life. Check her out. I'm trying to see who else try to comment on here. Starting off the new year. Start off the new year by studying your history. Start off the year of start off the whole year just knowing your history, and start off the new year just to educate yourself as well. As well, starting off by educate yourself. If they're not teaching you this at school, if they're not teaching you slavery and the details about, they're just talking about, oh, we were slaves 100 years. That's it. Leave point blank. Got to dig deep to it. Since we got Google, we got all this technology and stuff. Google this, okay? Google it. I get I guarantee you won't be amazed. You will not. I mean, I guarantee you'll be okay. You'll be all right. It's just they're not teaching you this in school or all that. Then just do your own research, okay? Do your own research. I like to do my own research. The reason why I like to do my own research is because since they want to keep quiet about what's actually going on and what our ancestors went through for us to get where we at in life, and they're not teaching us that, I want to do my own research. I want to do my own paperwork. I want to do my own uh, information so I could like learn from what my ancestors went through. Cause I'm sick of tired of. Cause I'm sick of tired of these people, these governments and mayors always want to close down these schools and take the information that our ancestors went through and just toss it out the window. It's like ain't no big deal. Let's toss. Let's toss. To me, it's just like the slap. It's like the slap to them in the face. It's a slap to them in the face. Not just us. Yes, it's a slap to us on our face as well because they're not teaching us this at school. But it's a slap to them because they went through hell for us. Get what I'm saying? I don't drink coffee. You saw me yarning, right, man? You saw me yarning, right? I don't drink coffee. The only thing I do is like when I wake up out of bed, I drink some water or eat like a little fruit or something like keep myself energized or like I eat like a part tart because usually like I eat like a little part tart or whatever not. So like yeah. No, I do not drink. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, anything. I'm not doing nothing on New Year's Eve. I'm not going to no New Year's Eve party. I'm not doing all that. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. I spend my New Year's Eve at home. And those of y'all, and by the way, let me stop you right there, bro. And by the way, those of y'all that's actually going out to these New Year's Eve parties and all that and types of stuff like that, be careful. Be careful, be careful, please be careful because a lot of people out there is really gonna drive crazy and then they might crash to your car or whatever not. I just say don't go. My advice to you, if you think about going to like a New Year's Eve party laying on tonight, my advice to you to don't go. The reason why I want you don't want you to go because you might do something you might regret, getting drunk or getting high, then you do something stupid. And second of all, you might end up waking up in a jail cell somewhere, don't know, and God knows what you did or what you had done while you was intoxicated. And first and lastly, and first and most lastly, I say go because you might get so intoxicated, you might get so drunk or high, whatever people do in these parties for New Year's Eve for a dang on countdown. Uh, you might get pulled over by the police and they might breathalyze you or try to see if you under the influence of drugs. Then on the sun, you in a jail cell. What a $1,000 bond, and you ain't got that type of money like that. I say like don't go, but if you do go, prepare for the consequences. If you do go, prepare for the consequences. But if you don't go, good. Don't go. Don't think about going at all. Just stay home, man. Like enjoying, spending time with your family, spending time, with your children, and so on. If you are working on New Year's Eve, which is today, if you working on this day, uh, be careful because I know a lot of y'all may drive to y'all work place. Be careful. I want y'all to be careful because it might be some knucklehead out there that's intoxicated, crash to your car. So I want y'all to drive safe and be safe. I'm off today, man. James, I'm off today. I'll go back in the morning at 5 o'clock a.m. That's my work schedule, y'all. Sometimes I work like in the morning and stuff. Sometimes I actually like the morning shifts. Sometimes I hate it. I hate to be honest. I hate waking up in the morning. In the morning shit for my morning shifts. But I started to like it now because because the time go by so fast when you work in the morning. Then when it's like afternoon, you're like, oh okay. First it was just more like a second ago. Then down the sun and then it's afternoon. It's time for me to go home. And then you have the whole day to yourself. Yeah. I'll for the send you the link, man. I'll for see you the link. It's called the Devil's Punch Bowl. I want you to look at that, and I want y'all to look at that as too. I want y'all to look at that as well, y'all. I want y'all to look at that as well, because the Devil's Punch Bowl is one of the most histories that I actually read about lately. I've been on here for like 15. I've been like almost like an hour now. Yeah, start off the new year, y'all. Just knowing your history. Never forget what your ancestors went through for us, so we can have a great life. Because the reason why we having a great life now as black people, because somebody had to suffer for us to have a great life. If they did not suffer what they did now in those days, then then we have to suffer. Get what I'm saying? I'm about to get off, y'all. Okay, I'm about to get off here. I'm finna get off, y'all. Okay, so remember, start the new year learning your history and stuff. Do y'all research. Do y'all thing. Okay, so y'all can learn what these people had went through for us to have a successful, great lives. Okay, so once again, my name's Lee McNutt. Thank you for tuning in my YouTube channel. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for the people that's follow me for these for like the whole year now. So thank y'all so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I do many videos as I can. Okay, just remember, do your research. Since they can't teach us this at school, remember, you have Google.